Hey, welcome back on this episode of Top Tier Tips. Here we are approaching the month of June, and people's minds are already starting to shift to that beach body, that summer weather, sun's out, guns out. One of the big questions that comes up always at this time of year is, how do I bring my body fat down? One of the observations I see in the gym is that people are coming to me with those questions, and they're tending to think they need to focus a lot on the cardio, like the running around, get their heart rate up, stay up really high for half hour, 45 minutes straight in different classes. And they think, okay, like we don't need to work on the strength stuff as much now because we're trying to get that beach body. We're trying to lose that body fat, and we got to lose body fat, right? So we got to run around, do a bunch of cardio. Nope, you're wrong. So this is what you need to focus on. Number one, you want to lose body fat. Don't care what time of year it is. It's time for you to actually get used to working on your nutrition. And yes, calories are important in that, but it's not calories in versus calories out. It's calories absorbed versus calories out. And so there's a whole lot of people walking around in this gym and other gyms who are eating a certain number of calories, and they are not absorbing the nutrients out of those things very well. And it may as well be as if you're not eating enough, or sometimes in many cases eating too much. But the point in all of this is that your nutrition, the quality of the foods that you select, their sourcing and their quality, as well as is the body absorbing those nutrients, is really what we got to look at first. And then once we have the body absorbing things correctly and well, we have reasonable sourcing of stuff, now we can really start to dial in the actual macronutrients, meaning the amount of calories from protein, carbohydrates, and fat that you should be consuming. So nutrition's first on the list in the context of absorption of those nutrients. In terms of your strategy to lose body fat. The second thing is you got to build muscle mass. All right, you got to keep it on you, and you got to build it. So you running around for 30 minutes straight, keeping your heart rate up and sweating a lot, that'll burn a bunch of calories, but it will also raise your cortisol levels and mess around with your insulin sensitivity, such a way it makes it hard to lose body fat as your main method of physical training. So what we want to do is a lot of strength work and hypertrophy work. So what does that look like? That looks like doing 1 rep maxes for the strength work. Wow, that's on Monday and Tuesdays. Things like today, the 10 rep maxes, that's hypertrophy work. On Thursdays and Fridays, depending on the movements that we're doing, there's a lot of hypertrophy work on Thursdays and Fridays because of the volume that we're doing in the programming. So in terms of training, you want to focus on the strength building and muscle building aspects so that your body fat, it comes off easier, and your insulin sensitivity increases through that type of training, especially when you couple it with sound nutrition that addresses absorption of those nutrients. So if you're one of the people who have been under the impression that because it's getting close to summer that you got to run around crazy doing a bunch of cardio because that will change your body composition in a more favorable way, if you're using that as your main tool, you may want to consider asking for help and adjusting strategies slightly. Now, if you're doing the more cardiovascular type of training because you love it, because you enjoy it, well, that's an entirely separate issue, and no one can fault you for that. You should definitely do what you love. But if you're doing it because you're under the false impression that that is your best possible physical set of tools to change your body composition, you need education. So reach out. As always, I'm here to help. Comment on Facebook or Instagram. You can reach me on the cell, 443-742-1224. Stay tuned to the next time.